So here we're going to see how to customize a histogram. In other words, to use the calculator to do much of the initial work, but then to make the histogram more amenable to sketching and easier to work with by setting the bin widths and making the numbers easier to work with. So first of all, let's go to Stat. When Edit is highlighted, press Enter. We'll see our lists. We want to make a histogram just for the data in L1. So to do this, we press second and Y equals, which brings up stat plots. We'll press Enter to access stat plot 1. Toggle this to on. And then let's come down and choose the type of graph we want, which in this case is a histogram. When we reach this symbol, we press Enter, and now histogram is the active graph. The data will come from L1, and we're not using a separate list for frequency, which we would if there were multiple occurrences of the same number. So we're all set now. We just need to press Zoom and 9, which is Zoom Stat, and this will produce a histogram. Now if we use Trace to examine this histogram, we'll see, for instance, that on 5 days the temperature was between 29 degrees and 35.8. You'll notice that these values are a little strange, a little clunky to work with. So really what we'd like to do is have more convenient values. So let's examine the window that the calculator has created for this histogram. We'll press Window. Notice that our X minimum is 79 and our X maximum is 76.8. So we'd like to make these into more convenient values, and what we can do here, since we know the actual minimum is 29, is we can go from, say, 20 to 84. Now I'm just choosing an interval. 84 minus 20 is 64, an interval that's divisible by 8. So X scale then will be 8, and X scale will be the bin width. In other words, it will be the width of rectangles in the histogram. So if we have a set minimum of 20, a set maximum of 84, and a bin width of 8, we'll get 8 possible rectangles, although some may be at 0. Sometimes you may have to adjust the Y maximum in this when you rescale your histogram, so watch out for that. We don't here. So again, I'm going to press Graph now, and that will graph the histogram with this window. So let's see what happens. And we can see our new histogram. Obviously, no values in the initial interval, because the first data point is at 29. But then if we look the next interval, we'll see has 5 days on which the temperature was between 28 and 36, less than 36. The next interval, 1 day in which the temperature was greater than or equal to 36 but less than 44. So we can see this is a roughly symmetric distribution. And that's it. That's how we customize the histogram.